When asked if he wanted to stay for Andrew forever, Andrew cried and accepted, finally finding his forever family. And that's just, it's dope on so many different levels because one, this young man, Andrew, found a safe space.
You don't choose your family, but you choose your friends, right? You choose that chosen family. That's why it's called a chosen family.
When a child comes up and hugs you, don't let go until the child lets go.
This is an Unsolicited Perspectives YouTube exclusive.
Jay, there are times when we are on the internet and the world seems like it is just burning and there's no good.
Yes.
But every now and then the internet can bring us something that can warm our heart. And I came across a story that absolutely did that. Now, the story is old. It's not new. This is going all the way back to 2020, but it's new to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to introduce it to the audience if you haven't heard it before. So there was this family in Tennessee that was fostering a child and eventually decided to adopt him. Now, this happens all over the country, all over the world. So what is fascinating about this story? Well, let's just talk about the fact this child was an older child. And older children in foster care, especially children over 8 years old, faces the lowest odds of being adopted mainly due to trauma and behavior challenges.
Yeah.
So when you're in that foster care system and you've been moving to house to house to house, I can't imagine the trauma that's associated with not feeling safe. And with children, the most important thing is to feel safe. Because let me tell you something, 45 years old, I felt safe in the house. Obviously, parents are great. I still got childhood trauma that I'm affected with today. And I came from a pretty solid household comparative to this situation, right? Everybody's situation is different. We're not going to do trauma comparison. However, came from a pretty good household.
Yeah.
So about this family, Dominique and Kevin Gill are a Black couple from Nashville, and they adopted Andrew, a white 12-year-old boy, through the foster care after years of him experiencing trauma, failed adoptions, and emotional hardship. Andrew's biological parents' rights were terminated when he was 6 years old. He was separated from his 4 siblings, each adopted quickly, leaving him alone and withdrawn. Andrew struggled emotionally, was initially closed off, and frequently acted out to push away potential families. The Gills originally intended only to foster Andrew, not to adopt him. Their approach was to provide temporary safety and support, as Dominique's parents had done when she was young. Dominique being the mother, the adopted mother. The turning point came when Andrew bonded with Jock, the Gill's son, over video games. Their strong friendship helped Andrew feel a sense of belonging and stability. After a second failed adoptions, the Gills realized Andrew belonged with them. When asked if he wanted to stay for Andrew forever, Andrew cried and accepted, finally finding his forever family. And that's just, it's dope on so many different levels because one, this young man, Andrew, found a safe space.
Yes.
These two boys bonded over what kids do, games and TV shows and stuff like that.
And it's probably one of the first times in a long time, probably since he was 6 years old, that he could just be a kid and bond over video games and kid things, you know? So I think it's absolutely, and this is the appropriate use of transracial, by the way.
What kind of Briggs is doing.
Just put that up there.
I mean, of course, they live in Nashville, Tennessee, so the family gets some looks, but the Gills are like, I don't give a damn about that. Like, Andrew is our son. He is a part of the family. And Andrew and Jock are brothers. Yeah. And just to people who want to adopt kids, like, I get it. You want a particular kid, but when you see siblings, don't just separate them and pick them apart. Either take all of them or don't take none of them.
Well, that's lovely to say for someone who has adopted 0 children, but
not one kid, not foster,
not a single one.
Not
You're
a
not
big
even a
brother.
big brother.
No.
Okay.
I mean, hold on, time out. I am a big
You are a
brother,
big brother, but the
but
Big
I ain't
Brother program.
yeah,
Yes, yes,
and
yeah.
and one of my boys is in the Big Brother program. He was like, you know what? You love kids. You would really be a good, big brother. Mentorship is a lot of
Yes.
things that you're doing, and entrepreneur, and all these different things that you do. You'd be really
Mhm.
good. And I was like, no. And he was like, why? I was like, because I don't want to get attached to people and then they go away. Just no, thank you.
That is you're an adult. They're a child.
No,
So that's not okay.
there
But
was
I'm
an
just
older lady
saying.
in my building, and I loved her to death, and she
Mhm.
passed away not too long ago. And I
Oh,
was like, see, man, that it hurt.
yeah.
And I, I was like, see, man, I don't like when people go
That's a
away.
loss is a part of life, though.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is.
I
It
don't like it
is.
though.
I
Anyway,
know.
I just thought
Yes.
this was a heartwarming story. And yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
felt connected
absolutely
to it because it
beautiful.
was an interracial family.
And the thing that I love the most about Black people is like once that adoption fell through, well, that's the Lord telling us he's ours.
Right? Not just
And
the first one, the second one. It
the
was like,
second
no.
one, no, that's the after. Like as soon as I saw the Gills realized Andrew belonged with them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's just the Lord telling you that's your baby right there. That's what that's saying. Like I know I can hear that conversation happening.
Mhm.
Well, that's because he's ours.
The
That's
Lord,
why.
the Lord will send you a message when you ready to hear it.
You're
Then you know what, you ain't never lied.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. But I think it's absolutely beautiful. I hope that they're able to, have a relationship with the parents of his siblings
Mhm.
and, hopefully facilitate, them spending time together, maybe going to the same summer camp or something, anything so he maintains that relationship. But he also has another brother, and that is their son, Jock. So I think that's absolutely wonderful. And
I
I saw the picture of them, and it's very, very cute. Of the two brothers together, it's very cute.
Look, sometimes your family is not your birth family, it's your chosen family.
A lot of times, that's what it is.
I'm not gonna say a lot of times.
No, but I mean, it is true, right? Because you don't choose your family, but you choose your friends, right? You choose that chosen family. That's why it's called a chosen family. And a lot of times, there are people who, because of who they are, or because of how they live, or because of how they identify, they don't have that bio family, or because of the circumstances of their family, they might be in the system and in foster care and things like that. You don't know a person's situation. So a lot of times your chosen family does become your family. And that's the importance of recognizing who your chosen family is and what they mean to you and how important they are. And I think that it's absolutely wonderful that they saw this little boy and said, "Oh, no, no, no. I see now. This is my son." And
Mhm.
that's why the other adoptions haven't worked out. And that's why he's here. And that's why he bonded with our son and we bonded with him. And this is why all of this is coming into alignment, because that's our child.
Yeah.
And I think that that's absolutely beautiful. What a lovely story.
It was, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we talk about doom and gloom, and sometimes we just want to talk about love. And the reason why I really wanted to talk about it, because Andrew is doing fantastic right now. He's improved significantly with his patients, consistently being loved. He hasn't had any emotional outbursts in a year. He frequently shares gratitude for being accepted and not given up on. And this all is reflecting in his healing journey. And
Yeah.
I just want to make a point, kids. I found out something recently about the Disney characters at the theme parks, that
Mm.
they are taught when a child comes up and hugs you, you don't let go until the child lets go.
I
And
think
then I
that's
was like,
wonderful.
and when I thought about that, I was like, that shouldn't just be applied to like Disney characters. It should be applied to life in general. When kids
Mhm.
come up to you and they hug you, don't let them go until they let go, because
Yeah.
they're coming up to hug you for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just need that love. And sometimes they just need to feel that support and that
Mhm.
comfort. don't let go until they
Right.
let go. And
Yeah.
the Gills didn't let go of Andrew, and now he's holding on, and they still holding him tight. And I just love that.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. And stop looking at these people crazy out there. They're out there
Yeah.
with their two sons.
Mhm.
Period.
Ebony and Ivory.
Oh boy.
My question for you guys is, tell me a story about your chosen family. Leave it down in the comments and spread the love.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.